Hello, people. This is Bugsy here. I'm talking quietly, because my because everybody's home. I just got home from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, and okay, I'm gonna make this my silent review. Mostly because everybody's asleep and we just got home. My father's in there. My father's asleep too. So yeah. And if anybody bags on me, if anybody bags on people for living with their parents when they're doing YouTube videos, fuck you. Okay, fuck you. No, seriously. Because I hate when I hate it when the YouTube critic just bagged on him because he lives with his mom and the freaking BW Rose lives with his mom and stuff. Seriously, sometimes people actually have good excuses and stuff. So fuck you. I live with my family. Okay? I may not live their own, I may not have a bad path, but hey, it's what it is. So fuck you. But with that being said, okay. With that being said, okay, when I was when I was watching the Ninja Turtles movie, some parts were good. Other parts just made me want to pull my freaking hair out. I mean, okay, let's start from the beginning. Splinter and the Turtles were test subjects for Project Renaissance. And oh my god, it was stupid. Like, I mean, guys, the freaking main writer said, "Oh, we're gonna give the Ninja Turtles a new, fresh kind of origin." That ain't new or fresh. That's cliche. That's cliche as hell. Hell itself. That is so cliche. I mean, people. I wanted to see them be actual lab experiments, and also at least Splinter wasn't in stat. Now that would have been too much. Crime was in there. God knows why. I mean, just because she was in the freaking Nickelodeon series doesn't mean she could be in the movie. Because you had to have time to a little bit develop her, or at least give her one scene where we kind of know her backstory in terms of the movie. See, they just kind of throw her in there with no backstory or nothing. She's just there, and that's what kind of pissed me off, because she was just there. That's what really irked me. And yeah, this is going to be full of spoilers for those of you that haven't watched. So if you don't want to see this, I suggest you click off my video and watch something else. Or watch one of my videos or go somewhere else. Because I got a lot of other stuff. People have a lot of other stuff they can watch. So on and so forth. Excuse me for a minute. Yeah, but people, it's not like I'm believing this to be malicious. Personally, it's like, honestly, this movie I like all the stuff with the turtles when freaking Master Splinter is kind of punishing. Master Splinter is punishing them from being on from being on the surface, and it's funny. And I just really think that's really, really freaking funny. Because they're just getting tortured. Freaking Raph is like, I ain't gonna crack if Donnie ain't gonna crack. I think it's real funny. Like all the stuff with the turtles, even Mikey. Mikey was the best part of the movie. It's like, to me, he almost kind of saves it. He's like, we know this story is kind of bad, a little rushed in some areas, but hey, dude, I'm doing something funny. How about you? And just laugh at that. And trust me, people, it's freaking. I mean, the story to me feels kind of rushed. I mean, if they would have just stick to their guns with the original script, taking out the aliens, but stuck to the guns with their original script about Dimension X, Bebop and Rocksteady, Krang, I think we'd have a much interesting movie. Hopefully they're keeping that for the sequel, because the sequel has just been greenlit. And one of the main writers didn't want to be on it anymore. Oh, I wonder why. Michael Bay and his team of jackasses ruined, well, not ruined, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They kind of just, they dropped their pants and took a huge, humongoid dump on it. Showing characters that didn't need to be there, having a story that's kind of rushed, doing that fake out killing Splinter when we all know he's going to survive. I know he isn't like the Yoshi Splinter or the Splinter from the old Ninja Turtles movie. But I'm saying, at least Splinter would put a dent, a little bit of a dent against that freaking, a little bit of a dent against the Shreddertron. And yes, I'm not calling him Shredder. I am not calling him Roku Saki, because they don't freaking refer to him as Roku Saki. I mean, some of them should. Like, seriously, freaking one dude calling him Shredder, but the other dude should have called him Roku Saki. And I was just like, dude, call him a Roku Saki. It's not that hard. It's not that hard, dude. And the Shredder. I mean, don't get me wrong. I understand the Shredder has used the bodysuit in the past. Because in the 2003 or 2005 Turtles, he used it. He freaking used it. But only because he was an Utron, which basically is another form of Krang. And that made sense. But it didn't make sense for this Shredder. The Shredder that's clearly not an alien, clearly human, to use a freaking mechanized walking kitchen utensil. And that's the one thing that's one thing I can't stand. It's just, April. April was the most infuriating part of this whole experience, because they weren't just lab experiments, they were her pets. And I really think that was stupid. Okay, the Ninja Turtles having super strength, I guess, was cool. Was a little cool. Splinter finding a book of ninjutsu, bad. Because every iteration of Splinter, they actually just learned. They either learned from Yoshi, or they were Yoshi. Either way, one does not simply learn ninjutsu from a book and expect to just get it. And they just say, oh, the Turtles got it right away. Oh, blah, 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 blah. So, okay. I mean, yeah, there was a lot of good things about this movie, but there were also bad things about this movie. I'm kind of hopeful for the sequel, though, because they mention that the mutagen is from another world, so we may see Dimension X. We see Shredder on the ground clutching or trying to get to a little bit of the mutagen. If he grabs that mutagen, I might finally see Super Shredder versus the Turtles. Something I wanted to see ever since I knew about freaking 1 and 2. And then we got freaking Ninja Turtles. We got Ninja Turtles with the freaking time staff. That was horrible. And I just feel like they were sort of mixing continuities together and trying to make it new and different, but leaving out some of the good stuff that made some of the continuities. And for those of you that don't know, continuity is what was in a previous story or previous incarnation of the freaking storyline that I'm talking about. I mean, like seriously, I tell my brother, my little brother, and my I don't tell Ani already knows, but I tell my other little brother, mom, and a sister. Well, I tell them because I went to go see it with them. Ani and Harima, on the other hand, they went to go see it without me. The bastards. And they didn't want to tell me about it. But hey, Bugsy, you're doing the review? Yep. Oh well, can we join? Yeah, sure. Oh God, what was the deal? What was the deal with Vernon and April? I don't know, man. I personally think they're trying to put them together, but if they're going to add Casey, what was the point? What's the point of them having some sort of weird relationship? And we know Casey probably gonna be in the second one now. He could have been in the first one. I mean, they could have set it up with like there's two vigilantes on the streets, and Casey could have ran into the turtles at any given moment. But Bugsy, that's just how it is. I really felt the story was really, really rushed. Oh, did you say they were mixing continuities together? Yes, like a freaking witch in a cauldron. Continuities from different stories. Doing different things with the source material, but combining them all together really sucked. I don't really care. April was really brain dead dumb. This movie was really okay. This movie was bad, but it was okay. So this movie gets three pizzas out of 5. I mean, it's an okay movie. But it is not a good movie. It is not a great movie. It's just okay. The writers just combined whatever they thought would work, and it didn't. And one of the main writers are freaking leaving because they're like, fuck this. This is just kind of stupid. What we did was horrible. We should feel bad for it. We should feel bad about it. I don't think that's why he left, but he's probably like, nah, I don't want to do this. I'll probably direct one of the new Transformers movies. Anyways, I mean, like I said, it's not a good movie, it's not a great movie, it's just okay. But I will say this, when Raph was talking like, I'm sorry with all the times I pushed you, all the times I messed with you, all this other stuff, I only did it because I believe in your spirit and I love you, blah, blah, blah. I mean, that's cool and good and all, but you only see him be kind of messed up to them, like, not throughout the whole movie, just a few bits of it. I mean, if they dedicated more scenes to it and him talking about, he did say he was going to strike it out on his own, but he only said that once and not like a few times. If they would have just built that up a little bit more, it would have had more of an emotional weight. But as it is, my dear viewers, it's not really anything. It's just kind of comes out of left field. Mikey, like I said, stole the freaking show. He stole the show, the pizza, and the cake. All at the same time. Again, April was just stupid. I'm sorry. I mean, how you gonna go to your boss and say, oh, these turtles are walking around and they walk among us and stuff? April, how about you actually get actual factual proof of the turtles? Okay? You should have got actual factual proof that going to your boss like a freaking idiot. And even though, why do you think your boss is gonna believe you? She didn't believe you about the vigilante, which was the turtles. Why makes you think she's gonna believe you now? It just makes you sound crazy. Jesus. And then you get all mad like, oh, you didn't listen to me. Yeah, because any logical person that didn't really see giant turtles walking around would say the exact same thing. Jesus. That's the one thing I didn't like about this movie. Just freaking April. Jesus. You know, and I was like, when they said, I got one thing to say, I was so waiting for them to say, I love being a turtle. I love being a turtle. I was waiting for Mikey to just say it. Say it. And I would have forgave half the movie's shortcomings. And they had some good scenes here and there, and they had some good action scenes. I was just too mad about the other stuff to really fully enjoy them. And the foot having guns. I gave the little score. I gave the little score before I was actually still done with the review, but I just wanted to talk about a little bit of this. The last thing though. The foot having guns. What in the is up with that? Seriously. My cousin was saying, oh, you gotta modernize it. You can't do all the stuff you did in the 80s. I'm like, I don't freaking care. It's not about that. It's kind of established that the foot use actual weapons because they're ninjas, not freaking stupid Call of Duty AIs that freaking use guns and go bangity bangity bang bang bang. And Shredder using that stupid this is the true last thing, sorry. Shredder using that stupid using that stupid suit. And we all know the real Shredder would be, we all know that the Shredder from all the other continuities would be laughing at this Shredder, they'd be like, Shredder, you ain't the Shredder. You Shredder Miss Prime. It's freaking, we beat the Turtles without actually using any stupid gimmick. You are not one of us. We would kill you in a fight. Like I'm saying, all the Shredders from all the different shows and whatnot would just laugh at this Shredder because he really isn't. I mean, yeah, he was powerful, he was strong, but seriously, the suit, because we all know Shredder as a character, and Shredder would never use, robotic suits unless he was actually a Krang or Neutron. That's all I really gotta say. I mean, if you want to see a new Ninja Turtles movie, I guess it's up your alley. But if you're like me and you don't like all the changes that they made, you don't like the fact that they merged continuity together, you don't like that April's bone dead stupid instead of being her kind of smart self, then don't look at this movie. Just don't. I mean, let's have high hopes for the sequel and just keep it pushing. Because this movie just kind of disappointed. It did some things right, but it did a lot of things wrong, and a lot of things I just can't overlook. And no matter how funny Mikey is at the end, and trying to get with April, now that was the best part. But I'm gonna go. See you guys later. I hope you enjoyed my little Ninja Turtles review. And, just give me a like and subscribe, and we'll go about our merry way. See you guys later.